Hello and welcome to another spirit reading. Today we're going to contact Cliff Burton. If you are not familiar with who that is, I don't know why you clicked on this video. But if you are just curious and you need a recap or kind of, but need a little bit a refresher, Cliff Burton was one of the original members of the band Metallica. He died tragically in a tour bus accident while they were on tour, I believe in Sweden. He was 24 years old when he died in 1986. And then the band went on to be obviously a raging success, with some hiccups along the way. So I've already shuffled and got some protection going, and I do believe we will be pretty successful here. So a couple of things, a little bit of housekeeping. If you're new to my channel, my name is Melissa, and I do these spirit readings. I do pick a card readings, random things that are in the news that I feel like we could have more information on. I'll do readings on that. I also talk a lot about crystals, and I do witchy subscription unboxing videos. So if that's something that you're into, stick around, subscribe, bounce around the channel. But welcome if you are new. So a couple of other tools. I have my divining rods. These are pretty new. And then I also have an EMF meter, which I have turned on, and that is why that green light, that is just indicating that it's working. If there's any changes or increases in the electromagnetic field, which is a common way of detecting energy from the other side, it will light up depending on how strong the energy is. All right, so the divining rods, these are copper rods. They have always been used, they have been used to find water underground, many other things, but in the spirit world they also can be used. I particularly kind of use them for yes or no, but also, to detect energy as well. So these are the handles. They just slide on and off. They are not attached in any way. Oh gosh, look what I've done. My shaky hands. So when I am holding them, I am just holding that sleeve. So the part that's moving, this part, is not, when I grip it, it has nothing on that, okay? So just so you know. And for me, when I use these, apart is a no, and together is a yes. Hey, would you look at that? And there's a yes. Okay, so that's how I use those. If we have some yes or no's, then I will probably pull those back over here. May or may not use all of them, we'll see. And I want to make sure that this is in a place where it has a lighting that will show if it lights up, because I'm next to a window. All right, I believe we have Cliff Burton in the house. So some questions that I wanted to ask. If you're not familiar with how everything went down, they were in a tour bus in the middle of the night. They were sleeping, and they hit like some black ice and flipped the bus. But the thing that really calls me to do this reading is the fact that before they went to bed, there was, I can't remember if it was a bet or something had happened where they decided to pull playing cards to decide who sleeps where, I guess. And he pulled the ace of spades, and he got to pick his bed first. So he took one of the other bandmates' beds that night. So had he been in his own bunk, he would still be here, and we would have lost a different band member. So yeah, that's kind of why I feel like there's something to how that went down. that there's more information on. So I want to first, can you show us a card that would verify your presence here? The Four of Swords. Yeah, he was sleeping in his bed, or in somebody else's bed. Yeah. That black crow looking over him. Yeah, this is the resting or meditation pause card. So yeah, he was sleeping in the bunk. So yeah, I feel like that verifies. We're gonna stick that back in there. All right. So I kind of want to just jump into the main question. I'm going to jump into the main question. Did you know which bed it would be? Was this something that you had a feeling about or knew about? Can you tell us about picking your bed and how you chose that bed? Okay. 2 pages. How interesting. All right, so the first one, she's wearing the like goggles there, and she's in the snow, and that was what happened from the black ice. So I mean, I kind of feel as though like she's looking out. So the pages represent youth, beginners, you know, a novice. So I feel like oh man, I feel like this is like him and the person whose bed he took. I feel like it was him looking out for the other person. And I can't remember who it was that whose bed he ended up sleeping in. I, I really can't remember which one it was. But I feel like it was him looking out. I feel like he did know, that there was going to be a loss. But I feel like it was like him protecting or looking out for the other one. I feel like he kind of had a sense that something was up. Just the looking through the curtain, the way that page is looking through the curtain, it really tells me that like there was something hidden, and he like the knowledge was revealed, or something was revealed by looking out through the curtain. Also, you know, beyond the veil, like he was kind of halfway there already. Like he knew, he had a sense of something. 8 of Wands just like flipped around in my hand. Yeah. Knew something was coming. He knew something was coming. The 8 of Wands is about something coming in really fast. Yeah. I feel like he kind of knew something was coming in. But I feel like he was protecting somebody. Like he was protecting the other bandmate from whatever was coming in. I don't think he knew that like the bus was going to crash or anything like that. But I think he knew something was up. He had a feeling. All right. What can you tell us about the success of the band after your departure? Huh. 2 more 8s. We have 888 here. Wow. So 8s are also a manifestation number for me. The infinity sign, it's about, you know, the energy, represents energy, and what you put in comes back, and it's just constantly flowing. It's just a complete circuit that just never ends. That's how I see manifestations, is, you know, about what you're putting into it coming back, and it's just a constant flow of you putting out and then receiving. So, you know, I feel like this is definitely divinely orchestrated. This is he like manifested this for them. I feel like he played a large part. I feel like he played a large part in what was manifested from the other side. Uh, but he knew he had to walk away. He had, okay, ooh, I'm kind of getting that he had to walk away. He had to leave this. He had to leave the band in order to create the success for the band. Wow, that's kind of deep. He had to walk away in order to manifest it for the band. I feel like if he hadn't passed the way he did, the band would have never made it this big. I mean, wow. Yeah, you know, you lose a bandmate, a band member, a lot of times the band breaks up. Like, they just can't handle that. But I feel like from the other side of the curtain or the veil, he definitely played a role here in helping them become successful. This is, you know, working hard at success and not giving up and being, you know, persevering through troubled times. I feel like he was behind the scenes backing them up the whole way. But he knew that he had to depart in order for them to flourish. Very interesting. I want to ask about the two band members that replaced along the way. Following Cliff Burton was Jason Newstead. Jason Newstead? Yes, I believe it. And that didn't go so well. I mean, he was there for several years, I believe, but there were some things that were said about them fighting a lot, I think. So what can you tell us? What did you think, Cliff Burton, about Jason Newstead? This jumped out and fell on the floor. The Three of Pentacles. Yeah, they needed somebody else, and he filled the spot. This is like a kind of like a beginner step in getting help. So I feel like it was a stepping stone, like, and also like this one is up on the stool stepping up. It was a step toward the right direction. It was a step. It was a step in the journey, just a step. It was just a step in the process. So he was definitely there to fill a role. There was a hole, and he filled it. But I kind of feel like there was something in the back pocket, or maybe they wanted him to, for like, they kept him in their back pocket, kind of, or there was always another plan in the back pocket, but that was like a means to an end, a hole that needed to be filled, and it worked for a while, but there was always a different plan in the back pocket. That's what he thinks about Jason Newstead. Let's see. Okay. Queen of Cups is showing, so I didn't ask anything, but Queen of Cups is showing here. And then there's Queen of Swords behind it. Let's see what popped out. I didn't ask any questions, but if this is going to be offered information, we have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Three of Cups, strength, justice. Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like there's a little bit of a message here. I feel like, okay, the partying too much. There's definitely some partying too much. The Queen, okay, the women. Something about the women. I mean, I kind of get like backstage, like shenanigans vibes kind of here. Gentleman taking her hand, offering a cup, drinking. So I feel like there was a lot of partying, like backstage partying and stuff, and they had to recover from that. It took a lot of strength, but eventually it evened out. They evened out away from the partying and, kind of remembering where they came from and, kind of got back to their roots. Um, yeah. And yeah, worked through that drama. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like this is kind of representing a little bit of the journey after. I think maybe that has a little bit to do with the kind of drama, I guess, with Jason Newstead. I really hope that's his name. I could be wrong, but I feel like that was part of the issue with what was going on was just the partying. It was a big time of drinking. It was right after um, Cliff's death, so I feel like great distraction, a way to distract yourself from your grief. Um, but I think they needed to pull out of that, and it did kind of balance out. We have scales in this one too. It balanced out after that, and there may have been a financial issue too with I'm getting like a financial issue with Jason Newstead, that kind of, it may not have been completely a financial situation. I mean, obviously, I feel like there's also some partying and backstage shenanigans going on there that contributed. But that's why that's like him being kicked out of the band, him leaving the band. Yeah, so I feel like that's kind of his journey with them. So a little bit of what happened while he was there. So wow, all those cards really did belong jumping out like that. All right, so let's ask about the after Jason Newstead, we have a new replacement. I'm trying to shuffle these in my lap because it makes a really weird sound on here. Since I put that whole stack back in there. Oh man. I can't remember his first name, but his last name is Trujillo. Why can't I remember his first name? Okay, so the current band member that had replaced Cliff Burton. What insights can you give us about his journey with the band? Yeah, the Fool. He was definitely new to the band. Yeah. Huh. I feel like there's like a learning curve. There was an issue with learning, I guess, how to fit into the group. But both of these are like a beginning. This is like starting over and trusting the journey. He really wanted, I feel like he has lasted so long and fits so much better with the band because he took the time to start over, and he didn't try and bring any of his own issues into the band, but he followed, he trusted. I get a lot of trust, trusting the new journey, and he really like went with what they expected of him, and he trusted them. I feel like he trusted them fully, and that's why he fit in so well. He learned the ropes quickly, and I feel like he adapted. And again, the swords being about communication, I feel like he really was able to communicate with them better than Jason Newstead. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of why that worked out better. And then we have the death card pop out. So yeah, like that's a new beginning. The death card is a new journey. Again, a lot of strong energy connected between the death card and the Fool card, because they're both about beginnings. Death is they had to like let go of one to oh so the death card would to me say that you have to remove something needs to die in your life to make room for something new. So I feel like we're going all the way back to Cliff Burton's death on this. In order for them to succeed and have this amazing trust and amazing kind of like a bond and communication with the current newer member, Mr. Trujillo, because I cannot remember his first name, they had to lose Cliff Burton, and then I feel like Jason Newstead was the stand-in or the fill-in until they just had to make room. This is them having to make room to get the final piece to the puzzle that is their band. It was, I feel like, always kind of destined to be him in the band, but I feel like the circumstances leading up to the band's creation and all of that, he wasn't. I feel like he's significantly younger. I feel like he's a little bit younger. So I feel like what I'm getting intuitively is that the the band was created before he was like old enough or ready to be in it. And even Cliff Burton, I feel like with the death card going, that's taken us all the way back there. He was even a stand-in. He was even a fill-in. And he had to leave in order for them to be a success and for them to find the match in their current ensemble. I feel like it was he wouldn't have been I feel like he wouldn't have been able to be in the band when they were being formed. I feel like he was like younger, like maybe hadn't started playing guitar yet or whatever, like he just wasn't ready to be in the band. I feel like it has to do with age. I really think he's a lot younger than them, so that's kind of what I'm going with. That all of that had to happen in order for him to go into the band. So sorry. I feel like that's how it was supposed to go all along. And yeah, I feel like that was why he had to pass, and he knew that was coming. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the reading here. You probably heard my doorbell, but I feel like that answers all the questions I had. If you had any other questions, maybe we can do this again and do a follow-up. So thank you so much for watching, and have a blessed day.